So you guys ready for this? The automated sales machine. Say that. Say automated is good. We want stuff to be automated, right? So what I'm getting ready to share with you right now is these strategies, I promise you, if you execute upon them, you take your plan, put them into an execution plan, and implement them, you'll double, triple, or maybe even quadruple your revenues even yet this year. How many people want to do that? Say aye. Okay. So the first thing we got to do is we have to develop what's called a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is something that we offer online. We offer in a situation like this. We offer, and it's something we give away in exchange for somebody to say, here's my name, here's my email, here's the right to communicate with me. What's that lead magnet? So this is a sample of a lead magnet that I created. And I wonder if I got the right plan. I have two versions of this presentation. This is called The 7 Secrets to Raising Capital. And the subtitle says, learn the number one thing that professional investors want to see to invest in your venture. Learn what you must address in your presentation to earn respect of the investors. Learn how to eliminate the mistakes that will make you a money repellent and cause investors to laugh at you and throw your business plan in the trash. Send me the first video free. So we put this page on the internet. It's called a landing page. And there's only one purpose of this page, either to generate a lead. That's it. That's the only purpose of the page. There's no navigation bar on this page. There's no anything else on this page. That's what the web page looks like. Period. End of story. Then what we do is we say, okay, who is my ideal customer? Where do they hang out? And let's go get in front of them, right? So when we want to do some marketing, we want to find out who is our ideal customer, where do they hang out, and let's go get in front of them. Like, let's go put our advertisement, our marketing in front of them, right? Landing pages are key. One of the biggest mistakes that everybody makes in the internet marketing world and marketing online, and everything's going online, would everybody agree? Right? Is you have to have a landing page. And your landing page needs to be designed in what I'm going to refer to as a direct response marketing situation, where we want people to respond. And you'll notice, like, this is even for brick and mortar stuff. So this is like a cabinet shop. This is a dental shop. It works for everybody. But we want to basically have an opt-in form when we can above the fold with a nice little offer and some type of lead magnet. They're going to get something. And on e-commerce stores, it says save 10%, save 20%. There's all kinds of different things you can do. Doesn't matter what business you're in, you can create stuff like this. And then it's about creating words, kind of like we were doing at the lunch with the snap, creating words and languaging that makes me react. And then you got to get the right traffic to come to your opt-in. So no matter what you're doing, we want to create landing pages. Landing pages. And then we want to put technology on these landing pages so when you hit that landing page, we can then follow you around the internet. Is anyone in here familiar with retargeting, remarketing? So some of you are, some of you aren't. So have you ever been to a website, Betty, where you go to that website and you kind of take a look at it, and the next thing you know, you're on another website 10 minutes later, and there's an ad that pops up for the website you were just on? That's remarketing. It's the most brilliant, amazing thing that's ever happened in the marketing world, right? So in the days of selling, right, and you're being taught to be a salesperson, they used to say you have to get 7 no's before you get a yes, right? Or you have to have 7 touches. You got to have a phone call, a postmail, and meet face-to-face, 7 touches. Well, see, now with remarketing, if I can get you interested enough to come to my website and I can drop what's called a pixel on your computer, I can follow you around the internet and I can increase those touches and get you to come back to my website. Because we know you're a good lead because you wouldn't have clicked on something and came to my website in the first place if you didn't have some interest, right? And then the other thing is that what you do is you have to create things. Here's a few more examples. You have to create landing pages that talk to the audience. The other thing that people do is they create a landing page or they create a website and they try to drive traffic to that website. And one, there's no direct response. There's no way to capture a lead. They're not putting pixels on. If nothing else, you got to drop a pixel, right? Because a pixel is almost like getting an email address because you can follow people around. But the other thing you got to do is you got to talk to that marketplace. So if you're marketing to women, speak to women. If you're marketing to men, speak to men. If you're marketing to women of this age, speak to women of this age. You can't have messaging that speaks both to men and women. Like you would never go out as a marketing guy and spend money on advertising, driving both men and women to the same page. Because you've got to talk to them differently, especially in certain, depending on what market you're in. Does that make sense? Right? So we did on the age, the gender, the demographic, the geographic location, what's going on. You want to market to the right people and have that page talk to those people. And as you do this, you're going to start to get these leads coming in your hopper. And this is another one we have, which it's in the handout. This is like the free report, the lead magnet workshop and checklist. Which, by the way, that all this stuff that I'm talking about now is in the handout. Because lead magnets, whenever I look at people, we're going to go over this, is the levers that we can. Oh, I do have the wrong. I got to switch. You guys, I apologize. I got to find the right thing because there's a formula that's supposed to be in here. I created this formula. I redid this with the formula. Where did it go? Can you go in the boardroom, Sherry, Susie, Candace, somebody, and go get that SD card out of, is it here? I think it's on the SD card. Sherry, is she in the room? I need the SD cards in my laptop. I don't know where this PowerPoint went. Oh, here it is. Never mind. I got it. This took me a little bit. Okay, we're going to start over a little bit.
Hi there, it's Nancy Matthews, founder of Women's Prosperity Network, and I don't know if you can tell, but my mind is like blown. I just finished having a strategy session, a consultation with Greg and Ricardo, and you ever get that feeling like you know you're sitting on a gold mine, but you don't know how to crack it open? These guys know how to crack it open, and I am so excited. There were so many different ways to make money with things I'm already doing, and I just didn't know how to do it. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Have a consultation with them. Crack into the gold mine that's waiting for you because I know you've got a great value and service that you're bringing, and these guys know their deal. Just go for it.
So we did a thing with Nancy where she said, how much do you cost? And we're like, okay, for what you need, it's $3,000 a month. She goes, that's a lot. I said, we'll show you one strategy. You'll make 10 times that in the first 4 days. So we created a strategy for her, and in the first 4 days, she generated $36,000 in profits. Paid for us for the whole year. So here's the formula. L times C times F equals GP. Anybody want to guess what that is? Okay. Leads. Leads times C times M times F equals GP. C is customers. Right? So here's the theory. If I can show you a way to double your leads, you're going to get customers. Well, I'm getting out of turn. So you got customers, then you got margins, and then you got frequency equals growth potential. Okay? So what we want to do is, if I can help you increase your leads by 2 times, I can double your business, right? If we can help you get those leads to convert into customers twice as much, increase your conversions, we can now double that again. If we can increase the margins, see, these are the levers that we can increase our business. You can get more leads, you can get more customers, you can increase your margins on your product line, and you can get your customers to buy more from you. Those are the 4 levers to double, triple, quadruple your revenues. This is what we have to focus on as a marketing person, right? So, and if you could double, literally we might be able to 16x your business. Now, I don't think I've ever 16x anybody's business, but have we done 6x, 8x? Yeah. So this is what we want to talk about. So that's kind of the basis for what we're going into. Oh, here's another one. Is not playing. Anyway, this was a cool one because this is like the pastor of my church. And he came and did a strategy session with me and hired me to do some marketing. And he called up and says, he left a message on my voice recorder. And it's like, you're like the most smartest genius guy. If I had $10 million, I'd give you all the money and you just make me money. But it was cool to get it from my pastor. So here's the thing. How do we double our leads? You want more leads? You either need better lead magnets or more lead magnets. Okay? So here's the purpose of a lead magnet. Is to provide an irresistible ethical bribe that hits your target market right between the eyes and compels them to give you their contact information so you can market to them, which I kind of said that a few minutes ago, but it's a little better. An ethical bribe. I like that term, ethical bribe. What can I give you in exchange for the right to market to you? It needs to be specific. It needs to be actionable. It needs to provide value beyond what would typically be expected, like you want to over-deliver. In other words, it can't be a boring Me Too type stuff. You with that radio program, need to come up with your lead magnets and be talking about every time you're on the show and getting a list, building a list, because the money is in the list. The database of customers, the database of leads is an intellectual property. It's an asset that can be sold. It can generate money for you. Every time I hit send on my email, I make money. I send, I make money. And so because the lead magnet is typically the start of a sales funnel, and I'm going to go over funnels in a little bit, kind of walk you through that. It's the highest leverage point. So that's typically where we start. I like to spend more time on that. So your visitors or prospects want immediate gratification to something they can sink their teeth into now. Sometimes I see people give away lead magnets like this, a video course, and it takes them 10 days to go through the video course. That's a terrible lead magnet, right? Or you'll go to somebody's website and they'll say, join my newsletter. That's not a lead magnet, right? And even one of our clients in the room, Charles, with their great product, The Passion for Life, they have a pop-up that comes on your website that says, join our Wednesday wake-up call. That's not a good lead magnet. Who knows what's a wake-up call? Right? It's got to be benefit driven. It's got to be what's in it for me. It's got to answer that immediate need that I have, because we're trying to get people to give us their email address. And none of us want to give that out unless we feel it's valuable information. So lead magnets, you got to find their cheese. So a couple real easy examples. If you're a restaurant that caters weddings, you make a lot of money. That's, they have a restaurant, but they make money catering. They really make a lot of money catering. So if I called up, or if I email a restaurant owner, and all I said was, hey, I was wondering, do you cater weddings? That guy's going to reply back. This is like the world's best marketing tool for a restaurant owner who caters weddings. I just email the restaurant owner, hey, do you cater weddings? Because that's his cheese. That's where his big money is, his profit margin. He's going to reply back. And then I say to him, well, do you have enough bandwidth to handle 3 to 4 more weddings a month? Do you think he's going to respond to that? Now, I'm a marketing guy, right? So I put the cheese in front of him. Hey, do you cater weddings? He replies back. And I say, hey, do you have enough bandwidth to handle 3 or 4 more weddings a month? He's going to reply back. So now I'm trying, so I teach this to other marketing guys. And I go, you want to get restaurant owners as customers, here's how you do it. Just send this email first, send this second, and they will be begging to talk to you. Because you're just insinuating you're going to give them 3 or 4 businesses a month that need weddings, and then you're going to teach them how to do marketing. So what is the cheese? So here's some examples. So investors, a cheese might be top dividend stocks, right? Forex traders, meta trader tutorials. I don't even know what that is. But if you're a Forex trader, you know what that is. And that could be a lead magnet for you going, hey, we got some great tutorials on meta trading, right? If you're a golfer, you want to hit the ball further, 10 yards longer. If single guys, hey, what's the kiss test? You want to know if the girl's going to, if you can kiss her on the first date? Get the kiss test. That thing it's killed it on the internet. Horse owners, stop cribbing. I don't even know what that is. But I guarantee you, horse owners know what it is, right? These are headlines that work this. Preppers. You guys know what a prepper is? A prepper is one of these people that are getting prepared for, okay, the government taking over, something blowing up, and no, I've got my food, I got my water, and I got my guns. So stay back. There's lots of them. So here's the lead magnet I was talking about that we created. Here's another lead magnet. So I had Kevin and we created the 10 steps to the perfect pitch. So how do you work a shark into a frenzy to fund your deal? We put that ad on Facebook. We advertise the Shark Tank people, and they come in. The flow of entrepreneurs just flows and flows like I turn on the faucet. I really call this the profit faucet. This whole thing. I renamed this the Internet Marketing Crash Course, but I used to call it the profit faucet. It's like when you really dial in the lead magnet, you know who your customer is, and you know what they look like, and you know where they hang out, and you go get in front of them. You can just turn on the profits, and they just flow right into your funnel, right into your business. You already saw that one. So titles and headlines matter a lot. Copywriting, the words matter a lot. I can't emphasize to you how much the words that come out of our mouth, the words that we put on print, the brochures, the flyers, they matter a lot. So let me give you an example. So has anyone heard of Nora Hayden in this book, Astrological Love? Anybody? You have. So this book was originally published in 1982. Sold less than 5,000 copies. Some wicked smart marketing person got with her and changed the name to How to Satisfy a Woman Every Time and Have Her Beg for More. They changed the cover and they changed the title of the book. The contents inside were exactly the same. They then went on and sold 2.5 million books. Pretty interesting, huh? Words matter. I mean, you look at that. Astrological love, how to satisfy women every time. And I'll bet you that 2.5 million books sold, they were all men. So as you're doing this, and as you're writing copy, and again, there's some tools in the handouts you guys get to take home, we want to speak to the end result, right? We want to talk to people how to win friends and influence people, how to wake up productive, how to get things done and be more productive. So you're always trying to speak to the end result. What's in it for the person you're talking to? What's in it for them? What's that lead magnet? What's their cheese? Speak to the end result. Another headline tip is bring it down to they call it the reduction of the absurd, right? The 4-hour work week. Has anyone read The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss? So he wrote a book called The 4-Hour Work Week. This guy was just an average guy working at home trying to make money on the internet. He wrote this book called The 4-Hour Work Week, changed his life. Sold millions of copies. Now he's a big speaker making millions of dollars, built a big following. And it's all about doing the stuff that we're teaching up here. How about the 25-hour day? 3 tiny movements that burn 3 pounds of belly fat. I need that one. Right? So again, see, that would be my cheese. If that came across with the right thing, I might say, give me some information on that. I want to find out about that. Another tip is be head-on and descriptive. How to use Pinterest for your business. How to purify water. How to use YouTube to get your videos ranked #1 on Google. Right? So again, these are the type of things when you're head-on and you're descriptive and you're telling people exactly what they're going to get, they're more than likely to give you their name and email and opt in, what we call opt-in, and to get on your list. And then we start showing you some of these landing pages. You must have landing pages. Everything's got to be a landing page. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have a website. Like I'll have a website that I send media to, or it's just there. But I never advertise and market and send traffic to my website. I always send them to a landing page type thing. So again, Christina, in the apparel world, one of the things that's really working good online, when you've got a design or a shirt in the e-commerce world, you create a page, and that's the only thing they can buy is that one item. And you target, I know that's for this age, this gender, and it hits this emotion, and they like that. We buy traffic to a page that just sells that one shirt, that one item, right? And then you drop a pixel on them, and then you also put some countdown timers. How many have been to a website where you see a countdown timer? Probably all of you, because every website I have has a countdown timer on it. Okay? So everything we do from a marketing perspective, there's a few things that we want to do to trigger people to take action. We want urgency. You have countdown timers. You want scarcity. So we'll create these pages for apparel where, hey, there's only 25 of these left, and when this clock goes down, we're taking them off the market. So you have scarcity and urgency, so you make those sales. And then you drop the pixel, and then once you get them to buy something once, now it's getting them to come back on the frequency, building the relationship, building the rapport, and getting the frequency. So it's always about leads, customers, margins, frequency, right? That's what we want to focus on. How do we get more leads? How do we double our leads? How do we double our customers? How do we double our margins? And you say, okay, well, I can't double my margin, Ryder. How do I double my margin? Well, we have to maybe do a product extension. I can't tell you the countless business owners, small business owners that have one product, and they're doing really well. They're doing $1 million. They're doing $3 million off one product. I'm like, what else do these people might buy? Let's just add something to your product line, and after they buy your core product, let's get them to buy something else, therefore increasing your margins per customer, and then let's start building a relationship with automation, and then come back to buy more and increase the frequency. This really is not hard, right? It's not hard, but you have to know the different tools and technology to automate things, because what really gets hard is manually doing this stuff, and we don't want that. We want to implement it on an automated basis. So that's kind of the lead magnet. Let's talk about the customers. It's not about doubling your profit. It's about doubling your customers. Okay? Acquiring a customer is not the same as acquiring profit. In fact, in some cases, acquiring customers will cause negative cash flow. In other words, acquiring customers can lead to profitability, but customer acquisition is not about profitability. It's about activating buyers. And you know what we do? One of the things that we teach is we teach about activating buyers through what's called a tripwire. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to talk about this for a second. So a tripwire is a mechanism, a psychological mechanism, to where I need to get you to buy something. And maybe it's even for $1. So again, going back to on the apparel side, a lot of friends of mine, they're doing stuff. They're giving away things for $1, right? Get this $15 shirt, this $20 necklace for $1. And they're using that. They buy leads, get in, and they get people to whip their credit card. Because here's the thing. If you give me your email because I gave you a good lead magnet, you've now become a prospect or a lead, right? But if I can get you to whip out your credit card, and it doesn't matter if it's for $1 or $7 or $27 or $47, you just went from being a lead to a customer. The psychological mindset of a customer is tenfold more likely to buy future products and services from you once they've already bought from you once. And that's the other thing I see entrepreneurs constantly do is they don't spend enough energy and effort trying to get more money out of their existing customers. They keep going after new customers. So we implement tripwires. Now again, as you're learning about this, and how many people are hearing about this tripwire stuff for the first time? Everybody? Somebody? Some people aren't raising your hand. What happened, Malik? Have you heard it before? Oh, okay. Is anybody, okay, first time, right? So this is everywhere. McDonald's does it. Walmart does it. Everybody does this. But let me give you a really good example. How many people heard of Vistaprint? Like, Vistaprint was one of the very first people to come out on the internet and use lead magnets, tripwires, core offers, which we're going to get to in a second, and just kill it online, right? Free business cards. 100 free business cards for free at Vistaprint. I mean, probably everyone in the world saw that ad because they advertised it everywhere, right? And then when you go to Vistaprint, they go, hey, wait, the standard business cards, you can do this. You can upgrade to $9.99. You want to get the, you want to go up to $9.99? And you know who else does it? It's GoDaddy. GoDaddy says, hey, you can get a domain for 99 cents because they know once they get you, they got you. Those are tripwires. Here's some friends of mine that they were buying this survival business card. It's a little knife, a little saw, a little can opener, a little thing. And they were buying them in China. And they were basically, see how you got limited supply and enter your shipping details. And they're going to send it to you for free. But they're going to have you pay shipping and handling. So they had like a $4.95 built in for shipping and handling. The thing cost like 75 cents because they were buying them by 10,000, 50,000 at a time. The shipping cost this. So they were actually breaking even. There was no loss on this. They then took that as the tripwire to get them to whip out their credit card to become a customer. And then they upsold them onto a newsletter of $10 a month on how to be a prepper and to prepare for, store your food, and be that kind of stuff. They right now have about 400,000 subscribers at $10 a month, giving away a free tripwire. So in your business, who is your ideal customer that we can get something that meets the brand recognition and the brand quality that we can give away for free, have them pay shipping and handling? That's our tripwire to get them on our list and then market our upsells and our other products. See, this is the magic of understanding selling online and the psychology of marketing, right? And again, they do this everywhere. So I guess in I switched all these things up, but I have 4 more slides for Vistaprint. Maybe they're coming up. But Vistaprint, if you go through Vistaprint, it's like, okay, I want the free cards. Oh, no, I really want the upgraded card. That's $9.99. This, like, well, do you want the slick back? Oh, you want to print on the back? Oh, and they just keep upselling you, upselling you, upselling you. But it's a totally tripwire mentality. Here's another really cool example. So a guy that I know, Perry Belcher, just a wicked smart marketer, which taught me a lot of this stuff. He had a candle business, and he wasn't doing very well in the candle business, selling wax and wicks and different things in the candle space. And he came with this wicked smart idea because there was a lot of competitors online selling the same stuff. So he's competing with their rest. So it's like, how do I compete with these guys? So he said, what's the one thing that all candle makers need and have in common? They all need wicks. Every single person who makes a candle has to have a wick. So he said, I'm going to give away wicks for free. Because you know how it is when you get established with somebody and you get on their list and they deliver for you and they do a good job for you, you're likely to buy from them again. So these wicks cost money. So he just started putting ads out there and building a website and landing page and said, hey, candle makers, I got wicks for free. I got wicks for free. And he started giving away wicks for free. And then he actually did some split testing and he did, okay, 100 wicks for $1. So then he got the mindset of going, wait, these are good, but let me get them to whip out their credit card, get their credit card on file. But it was totally like a giveaway, right? He killed it. He wiped out everybody on the internet. He became the #1 biggest candle seller for wax and all the products to make candles on the internet by one strategy of going, I'm going to dominate and let everyone know that they're going to get their wicks from me. Once they buy their wicks from me, I got them. I keep treating them. I build a relationship with them. I got them. So what is the wick in your business? How do you do that? What is that? So again, we need to figure out a way to double your leads. We need to figure out a way to convert more customers and get more customers. And that's through tripwires, getting them to do a credit card. Then we say, okay, now we got to increase our margins. We got to get more money. So we got to do the upsells, the downsells, and the product extensions. And if you're not familiar with this kind of stuff, this is what it looks like. You got add-ons, you got upgrades, you got color, size, choice, product extensions. Oh, here it comes. I knew I had this in here. So this goes back to Vistaprint. Review your standard business card. Oh, wait. Front side looks beautiful. Oh, nothing on the back. You want to print on the back? That's an extra $2.99, right? So here's their options. They can add a backside to their business card for as little as $2.99. Again, notice the words that you guys see all the time. As little as, right? They use those little phrases. Add to my quantity up to $139 by upping the quantity from 100 free cards to 500 or 1,000 cards. Upgrade to a brilliant finish. What is the brilliant finish that you can add to your deal, right? Get a better paper stock. Now, I'm giving you the cheap cards for free, but hey, if you want that really nice paper that feels really good, that's going to cost you a little bit more. They killed it, right? Buy one of those fancy business card holders. Okay, now I've got your cards. I've upsold you on everything I can get you in the cards. You pick in your fancy paper. You pick this. You pick that. You got everything. Well, wait a second. Now you need a business card holder to go with that, right? So what's the other product that you can offer with you? And again, when I say offer, I'm talking about in the funnel. So how many people have experienced when you buy something, you put your credit card in, and then on the very next page, they try to offer you something else? Okay, everyone who bought a ticket for this event experienced that, right? That's called a one-click upsell. Because when you whip out your credit card, from a psychological standpoint, your ether is going and your endorphins are going, and you just bought something, you're much more like 3 times more likely to buy something else at that time than even an hour later. So we want to do the one-click upsell right there. And then if you don't take that, we want to do the downsell. Going, okay, you didn't take that. How about this? And I'll give you an example of a thing I'm testing out right now. I have my book, and I'm offering my free book as a giveaway for $5.95 shipping and handling. So I put an ad on Facebook, free crowdfunding book, send them to a landing page. Hey, I'm giving away my free book. I want to support entrepreneurs. All you got to do is pay $5.95 shipping and handling. On the very next page, I offer them $147 access to our membership site, which is a big discount from our normal price, but I'm just testing it. And now to think that I can get a cold traffic off the internet to come give me $5.95 for a book and then get them to give me $147 seems out of this world to me even, right? But I got to test because the market's always right. So I generated about, I think I only did a little bit. I think I've only generated like 9 sales. And out of 9 sales, 2 people bought the 147 upsell. Wow, that was pretty amazing. And then I have another little upsell built on the page. I call it a click uptick. And a click uptick is on the cart page, I offer them the audio book. So, hey, you can get the book for $5.95. I'm sending it to you for free. You just pay shipping and handling. But if you want the audio book, it's $14.95, right? And so far, no one's done that. But I think as I get the numbers going, I'll get another 2 or 3%. They go, yeah, I'll take the audio book and add $14 to my order. Now, the audio book, guess what my cost of goods are? Nothing. Digital download. Which, by the way, how many people have heard of Fiverr? Okay, if you haven't heard of Fiverr, write this down. Fiverr, it's 2 R's.com. It's like the cool site to get logos and voiceovers. I had a girl somewhere read my entire book, created an audio book of my entire book, which is like, what, 200 pages? For $5. Yeah. She did a great job. I'm like, and to me, if somebody complains that they don't like her voice or something, I'll give her your money back, right? But it's like $5. You can get just amazing things done for $5. So this is just another screenshot. Again, it's a teaching moment. Look, I'm trying to teach you a concept. I'm trying to teach you a marketing tactic, right? But again, I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to see this is stuff that people are doing. We're doing this. People do this stuff. And then what you do is you track your results. You put pixels on different pages. And when somebody drops out of the funnel or doesn't take one of your offers, you go, oh, it worked here, but didn't work here, it worked here, it didn't work here. And you monitor and you track that stuff and you optimize. So in the marketing world, we say if you're not tracking it, you can't optimize it. If you're not marketing, if you're not tracking it and optimizing it, you don't win. It's the difference between making money and going out of business. Seriously. Okay, so now we got double the leads through lead magnets, better lead magnets, and more lead magnets, and different strategies to try to figure that stuff out. And then now we got to double our customers by adding something in there as that tripwire, right? And then we want to increase our margins by product extension, upsells, downsells, something else at the point they buy. Not like a week later. Now, we're going to do it a week later too, and we're going to do it a month later too, but at the point that they buy, we want to do that. Now we're going, okay, how do we double the frequency? We got to get them to come back again. We got to get our customers to come back and buy from us again and again and again. We got to build that relationship. We got to build that rapport. We got to over-deliver, and we got to get them to increase their frequency. Here's different forms of frequency. You have exit offers. So a lot of times we'll have a customer, they'll come buy from us, and then we'll put exit offers. We'll send out an email going, here's a great article on this that teaches some concept. Right? They click on it, they come to our website to read the article, and then as they're leaving the page, hey, and we'll make them an offer. So we'll do an exit offer to try to get them to buy. We'll do ad retargeting, which I mentioned earlier, which literally ad retargeting is one of the holy grails. It's just you have to do it. If you're not doing it, you're blowing it, you're missing the boat, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you have to do it. It's like that's where the money's at. You want to put that brand in front of those people over and over and over and over and over again as fast as possible. And again, like in the e-commerce space, when you have multiple items on a store, the technology is so sophisticated. If they come to look at the short sleeve V-neck, you can drop a pixel and follow them around with a short sleeve V-neck. Or if they have a long sleeve, you can have them follow around with that. And they say, well, wait a sec. If they didn't buy the short sleeve V-neck, maybe they weren't interested. So let's show them this ad. So you can split test all kinds of different things and follow them around and keep getting in front of them for that kind of stuff. Another one that we're going to kind of go into on Sunday is direct mail. I am a big believer in direct mail. And if you guys are not doing direct mail for your business, you really need to consider where in your marketing plan, where in your marketing mix does that fit. Direct mail works, always has, always will. Now, you can really lose your money in your shirt fast if you don't have the right team and you don't know what you're doing, because it goes back to the lead magnets, it goes back to the headlines, it goes back to the words, it goes back to the call to actions. And I'll give you another simple little example. So way back in the direct mail days, a really wicked smart marketer said, I'm going to put a dotted line, a red dotted line around the offer box. By putting the red dotted line around the offer box, he increased his conversions 18%. Hey, can you get me a magic marker? I want to draw something on the pad. Give me a magic marker and bring that thing over here, the ink pad. I'm going to draw something up. So, does that make sense? Right? So by just, and maybe it's the color of the button. We've tested with millions of website visitors, orange buttons, add to cart buttons, buy buttons, get your product now buttons. Orange buttons convert better than any other color button. Now, that doesn't mean it will work for you. You have to split test it. You have to test it. But with the millions of visitors we've seen, if you were going to start with the color, start with orange. And now, depending on your brand and what you're doing, maybe that doesn't work. But orange buttons convert more. And again, I want to paint a concept for you real quick. My shoe came untied. How many people know what split testing is? How about this? How many people don't know what split testing is? Okay. This is another holy grail. This is the money right here. Watch this. So I build a landing page. We're going to call this landing page A. And then I basically take, through technology, and I copy the landing page exactly. And that's B. Okay? Now, through technology, we start advertising our website. And we start sending visitor 1 here, visitor 2 here, visitor 3 here, visitor 4 here, visitor 5 here, visitor 6 here, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Right? But on this B, what we did is we put the dotted line around the offer box. Okay? And we have technology that splits the traffic. And then we have technology that tracks the results. And we go, whoa, this one increased 18%. Now, if we got 1,000 visitors, what's 18% of 1,000 visitors? Who's the lightning fast mathematician here? 180 leads. Now, is that a lot of leads? Yes. What if it's 100,000 visitors? What if it's like that Noah's Ark thing I showed you where we had 86,000 visitors in 3 weeks of a press release we put out? Right? Split testing. We were doing all kinds of split testing with this stuff. But you have to do this. But let's just pretend for a second that we had the orange button and we tried the blue button. And normally 18% is kind of doesn't happen. But I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. I was looking at some numbers the other day for one of our clients. And I was split testing 2 headlines. This blew my mind, actually, because I'm pretty good. I've done so much of this that I don't typically see this big of disparity, or whatever that word is. But I was split testing headlines. And on Facebook, I put an ad on Facebook, and I say, here's my money, and I tell it I want to get clicks. And then I pay per click. And I kind of track some of my results on a pay-per-click basis. One headline, I was getting 22.7 cents per click. I'll take those all day long because I can convert those and make money off that. Same ad, same picture, same call to action, 3 words different. 3 words were different. $3.30 a click. Think about that for a minute. If you weren't split testing and you choose those $3.37 words, you're blowing money, right? So with split testing, the goal is, okay, I got a 1% bump because I did a blue versus orange. Then I put a dotted line. I got another 2% bump, right? And then I did something else. I had the background was black and the background was blue, or the background was white, and I had another 1%. And then I did another 2%, and I did another 3%. And you do this over a period of time, let's say 6 months. And in 6 months, now we're up to 18% with all these different split tests. It's the difference between going broke and make money. I'm going to tell you guys something. Every webmaster you ever dealt with, every marketing person you ever dealt with, you're dealing with them, you want to hire them, ask them. I give you just different questions you could ask them. Just ask them, hey, how do you guys do split testing? And if they go, what's that? Hang up the phone, cancel the contract, fire them right away. I literally have a new client that wants to jump on board with us next week. They're spending about $9,000 a month on marketing. I went to their website. They're not even dropping a pixel. They don't even have a call to action. They have no lead magnet on the website. And I said to them, how much are you paying these guys? They said, $9,000 a month. I said, what kind of results are they getting for you? Well, we're making some sales. We're getting some stuff. And I'm like, do you realize they're not even putting a pixel on here? They go, oh, yeah, I know. We're going to fix that. And I'm like, we're talking a little bit. And I kind of thought, well, they just hired him. I'm like, well, how long have you been working with him? They're like 7 months. I'm like, 7 months? I said, call him, fire him right now. I'm like, I'm not talking to you again until you fire him. Seriously, I'm not talking to you again until you fire him. We're done. I'm like, I'm not. I mean, if you know you should have a pixel on your website so you can retarget people, and the people you were paying $9,000 a month haven't put on your website in the first couple of weeks, okay, they're a little behind. Right? But 6 months, no. Done, fired, gone. See ya, bye. Simple. Does that make sense? So you guys, does everyone understand split testing now? And you split test everything. It would really be cool to split test music and music videos and songs and things like that too. Okay, so, and then you can do direct mail. So here's your thing too. Direct mail, again, when you know, here's what you have to know to make direct mail work. Well, there's a few things. You will learn more Sunday, but I want you to know, here's a couple metrics that we have to figure out. We have to figure out what your lifetime value of your customer is. We have to figure out what your customer acquisition cost is. How many people have watched Shark Tank? Right? Have you guys all seen Shark Tank and you see Kevin O'Leary, one of them go, what's your customer acquisition cost? Right? They want to know how much does it cost to get a customer. They want to know what's the lifetime value of your customer. And when you start to know this stuff, we know how much money we can spend. We can start to figure that kind of stuff out. And then we know how much our advertising budget is. And then we go to direct mail. And then the bottom line, even like with Charles and Passion for Life, see, they do direct mail, right? When you send me the product, but then we want to do direct mail to bring them back to buy more product, to remind them. They have a great product. They have a great list. And to send a 30-cent postcard in the mail with a little bit of postage, and you get another $100 order, it's worth it. It works. And you know what's cool about it? Is because of the internet, how many people remember pre-internet how much junk mail was in your mailbox? Right? Because direct mail was really the only way to do what we're doing on the internet now. Now we do it on the internet. It's instant. But here's what we do. We do it online first. We figure out what works first. We figure out what headlines pull. We figure out what converts. We figure out what lead magnet works. Then we do direct mail. You don't waste money on direct mail until you've done it online. Because online's instant. I can get you results. I can figure out answers in hours. Right? So it's super cool stuff. I get passionate about it. I love this stuff. This is cool. So automated emails. How many people in here do not know what an autoresponder is? An autoresponder. Does everyone know what an autoresponder is? So everybody knows what an autoresponder is? So Sarah's 12. She doesn't know, so we're going to teach Sarah. So how many people know what a okay, so Betty does. So how many people have ever heard of a sequential autoresponder? Okay, so here's what most people know, and you guys tell me this. So most people know I'm going on vacation, or like right now, if you email me right this minute, you're going to get an auto response that says, hey, Greg's at Angel Money Marketing Live. I will not be replying to emails. Don't expect to reply from me. And you can't even call me. I'm out of pocket. And if you need to, you can call my office and you can leave a message because my whole team's with me and we won't get back to you very soon. Right? So that's an auto response. And they created those for when you go on vacation. It's like almost every mail client has those. But a sequential autoresponder is technology that says when you come into my funnel and you say, here's my email, I want your lead magnet, you're going to get an email that goes out, an auto response. But then I'm going to send you another email tomorrow, and then another email the next day, and another email the next day, and another email on day 7, and another email on day 14, and then another email on day 21, another email on day 28, another email on day 35, another email on day 42, another email on day 47, another email on day 56. You guys get it? So I can pre-write a year's worth of emails, put them in the technology, go day 7, day 14, day 21. I can program them to go out at days, times, whatever I want. Automation. So I have another little analogy that I used to teach. We used to have a plum tree in my yard. And I don't know if you guys have had a plum tree, but it was like I loved the fruit. It was just amazing. But here's what was amazing about it, is I think of marketing like this. It's like an analogy. So you have your plum tree, and God shines its sunshine down on it. We fertilize, we give it water. We do that, and we fertilize and give it water. We fertilize and give it water. And that's what you're doing in your business, right? You're fertilizing it. You're giving it. You're getting those. You're getting out there. You're building your crowd. You're getting your exposure. And all of a sudden, those plums start to appear. That's like your prospects. Those prospects start to appear, right? And then when everything's done right, those plums ripen. They just start. They literally like ripen in like 3 or 4 days, and it's like thousands of plums overnight. That's how good marketing should be. Right? Good marketing should be you're putting this effort in, putting this effort in, putting this effort in, and then months and months later, it doesn't happen overnight. The plums and the leaves start attracting, and then boom, it just starts going off, right? And then through this drip marketing, I call it drip marketing, these automated emails, you communicate and you build rapport with people. Because here's another thing we know for sure. This is scientifically proven over and over and over and over again. And that is this. Whenever you meet somebody, everybody in this room you need something that I sell. Every single one of you, right? But what they tell you is there's this buying spectrum, and this is also in your handout. So here you are. So you're here, and this is you're ready to buy. Okay? Only about 3% of the people it doesn't matter what you're selling, refrigerators, cars, services, coaching, doesn't matter. You meet somebody, only 3% of those people are ready to buy at the exact time you meet them. So what you have to do is through automation, you have to communicate and drip market on them, and at the same time, build credibility and trust. Hollywood Profit Faucet. Right? So if I'm emailing you valuable content that's helping you with your business, and I'm sending you videos and different things that help your business as well as create credibility and trust, I'm moving you towards that buying decision, and you're much more likely to buy. Does that make sense? Does everyone get that? So you can't count on your first interaction. You got to retarget, you got to email, you got to retarget, you got to email. You got to do all these different things, and it's got to be a concerted, integrated marketing strategy. And it takes effort, it takes money, and it takes time. And you can do. And I'll tell you this though: even the worst messaging, even the worst marketing, if you do it, you make more sales. And people go, "You email people too much." I go, "Just get off my list." You still get my emails, right? And they go, "Yeah." I said, "Well, why didn't you get off my list?" Well, I do like reading some of them. It's like, well, if you didn't like getting them, you could just hit unsubscribe. You email too much, writer. Like, yeah, I know. Because every time I send an email, I make money. You can do that too, you want. So automated emails, you got to have that. So this last tactic, and I've kind of been alluding to this, literally is the most effective way to double purchase frequencies, getting back to them and doing sales and getting stuff going. So you should email your prospects, should have, here's the 5 purposes. Now these emails, to me this is one of the most valuable things I'm giving you guys. So in the handout, we have the indoctrination email. So the first email that people should get, and I need to do a better job of this. How many people have, if like you're in the service business and you have clients, our business always gets left behind, right? Because we're always serving our clients first and working for them, and I never get time to work on our business, right? But the first email that goes out is an indoctrination email. And an indoctrination email is that you want to teach them who you are, what you're all about, what you stand for, and start to indoctrinate them into your brand, into your messaging, into your philosophy, right? That's the first email that should go out. They buy from you, they get a trip magnet from you, tripwire lead magnet, they should get delivery of what you promised, and they should indoctrinate them. So in the handout, there's a whole pre-written indoctrination email that you can take and make it yours. You can't copy and paste it because it doesn't work that way. But you can take it and go, okay, I get the concept. I understand what writer's saying. I'm going to use this. Then the next email, and the next type of email, and you don't just necessarily do these in sequence, is an engaging email. What do you do to engage them and get them to buy? Is it a sale? Is it a discount? And again, with the 12-month planner that we'll go over tomorrow afternoon, on Sunday, depending on what your business is, we have 4th of July, we have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, we have all these holidays. You need to be doing promotions around your product or service throughout the year. And if you're an e-commerce business, you practically need to do it on every freaking holiday because you use every holiday as a reason to make a sale on something, right? So you got to get them to engage to a buy. That's another email type of another purpose. And a sending email is to getting them to buy more. You have an email that articulates some language and some words that are going to get them to buy more of whatever it is you sell or whatever it is you offer, right? So again, if they buy the nutritional supplements or the drinks, how do you get them to buy more? Buying it in bulk, right? So hey, we had an idea. We're hoping you're loving our product. We're trying to blow out some inventory. We're trying to get some new packaging. Whatever that reason is. I just had a baby. My daughter had a baby. I'm now a new grandma. Whatever that story is. Why don't you buy a case of these and we'll give you this discount price and we'll move product, right? Or, hey, why don't you buy it for a year type thing, whatever that is. And then you want to segment. So here's the other thing that we're constantly doing. If you come into our funnel somehow, I'm going to continually send you offers and I'm going to continue to have you opt in, maybe give me your name and email on a landing page again, even though you're already on my list, so I can segment you and find out where you're at. So, for instance, we were doing some things for the business clarity document. I have the 10 elements of agreement. And I'll say, hey, I got this great 10 elements of agreement. Go here, click to opt in. So based on what I'm offering you and what you opt into, I know where you're at in your life cycle of your business and what you might be looking for next. And then based on that, I'll send another sequence of drip marketing to help address the needs of where you're at in your life cycle. Does that make sense? Did I lose anyone with that? Because one of the things we want to do is we want to segment. We want to put people in different buckets. And with us, it's really kind of difficult because we have people come in, just like this audience. We have people come into our funnel that, dude, I've written business plans, I've written performance, I've raised capital before. I just need a little bit of help here. And they got other people going, dude, I just invented this super cool skateboard and I don't got a clue, right? So we're trying to segment people in different buckets and give people the different things so they understand where they need to go next and how we can best serve them. And then you have the re-engage. So you have people that maybe subscribe to your list, and they don't open up emails, or they don't read them, or you don't get them to engage, they're not clicking on anything. So then you try to come up with some strategies and go, what can I email to get them to click? What's that really strong ethical bribe? What's that really strong lead magnet? What's that really strong offer that's going to get them to re-engage back into the process? And again, if you haven't noticed this too, I think I might have put this in the handout, but I have a list. If not, we can maybe email it to you guys. Oh, it's in the membership site. So you know what? You guys all have access to our new membership site. So you guys are all got, hey, Eddie B, make a note that we got to add everybody to the membership site as part of their ticket, right? But anyway, in there's like a whole subject lines and headlines. The subject line on an email is crucial. And I'm always playing with it, and I'm always testing it, and I'm always looking at what gets open more. So you really want to try to focus on the subject lines. So you guys might be saying, that's cool, how do we do that? So we have a software program that we recommend. It's called automatedsalesmachine.com. And automatedsalesmachine.com, it is a shopping cart if you need a shopping cart. It is an email marketing system to do broadcast email marketing. If you need to do sequential email marketing, where you do a sequence of emails in a programmed period of time to go out, it does that as well. It also does ad tracking links. And this is like the super cool thing. And I show this to people and they go, wow, I need that. So I have this technology where I can go in and I can create a link. And I say, I want to create an ad tracking link. I'm going to do a Facebook ad. I'm going to do a Google ad. I'm going to do a LinkedIn ad. Or I'm going to do an email marketing campaign. And I create a link. And then when I put that link and I use that link in my emails, it tracks how many clicks, how many orders, and my income per click. So when you can start to learn what your income per click is, and again, going back to your value of your customer and all that kind of stuff, it helps you determine what your marketing budget is and how you're going to do it. So it also has some cool technology to do that. And it also has affiliate marketing. How many people are familiar with affiliate marketing? So affiliate marketing is you got literally 1 million people around the world, or more, millions probably, that sit around and make money selling other people's product. They're just great internet marketers. They want to market your product for a commission. They spend their money, they spend their time, they spend your energy. You do the shipping, you do the handling, you do the customer service, and they make money. That's how eBay was built. That's how Amazon was built. Most people don't know that, but Amazon was built by affiliates, and so was eBay. Okay, so let's talk about some traffic strategies. Okay, now we got our website. We figured out we got some better lead magnets. We got some better landing pages. We're doing pretty good. And now we want to get traffic to our website. Okay, because none of it really matters without traffic, correct? So here's my slogan. This is what I want you guys to ingrain in your brain and never forget. If you're a business and you are not spending money on advertising to drive traffic to your store, to your product, to your website, whatever that is, you're pretending to be a business. You're not really a business. You have to spend money. You can't show me any brand that's doing any decent size of revenues that's not spending money advertising. Okay? So the business owner that can spend the most money on advertising wins. And who can spend the most money on advertising? The one who's fine-tuned and optimized their lead magnets, their tripwires, their core offer, their return path, and their frequency. Why? Because they make more money when you fine-tune that. When you make more money, you can spend more money on advertising. When you spend more money on advertising, you destroy and eliminate your competition. It's very, very simple. So if you're not advertising, you're pretending. And again, I know that's why a lot of people in this room are like, I need to raise money because I got a product, I got a business, I'm making sales, but I need to raise some capital so I can advertise, right? So here's the number one thing that you guys can do that doesn't cost you a dime. This is incredible, incredible, incredible information I'm about to share with you. And if you do this, it will work. It's called traffic hacking. And I alluded to it a little while ago. I said, once you understand who your customer is, their age, their demographic, their psychographics, what websites do they hang out, what magazines do they read, where do they go, what do they do, right? And then find out where that traffic is online and go get in front of them, right? And then what you do is you copy your competition, right? And if you're in a business where you literally have no competition, that's suspect to me that you have an opportunity to make money. Because I would prefer to go into a business where there is competition and I'll go kill them in the marketing side of things and do that. So here's some websites. And again, these are in the resources. In that book, Eric, I think if you look on my tools and resources page, I'm like 90% sure I have these there. So these are websites that I'm going to refer to them as spying websites. Okay? And when I mean my spying websites is you can use these websites as tools to go find out what your competition is doing. So who's your competition? And you want to find out where they advertise it. What do their advertisements look like? What are other similar sites to those? So let's say I don't know who my competition is, but I think it's this company. You can go to SimilarWeb and you can put in a URL, and SimilarWeb will say, oh, if you think that entrepreneur.com is kind of like your customer base, here's all the other sites that serve that same stuff. So here's what you guys got to understand. The internet tracks everything, right? When I go to entrepreneur.com and then I go from there to Inc.com and I go from Inc.com to Forbes.com and I go from Forbes.com to eTrade.com, it tracks all that stuff. And everyone's dropping pixels. So here's like the thing that just blows my mind. So Facebook created this whole pixel technology to report back to us advertisers. Hey, which, by the way, you know that Facebook is not a social media. It's not a social network, right? You guys know that. Would anyone think? It's an advertising agency. I mean, right? They sell advertising. If we don't advertise in their network, they got nothing. They die, right? So, but they created this pixel so they can report back and show us, hey, somebody clicked on an ad on Facebook, went to your website, bought something. We reported that back, and now we can prove that that traffic came from us. The unintended benefit consequence of that was, well, I put a pixel on my website. Bert put one on his website. Christina put on her website. Don put on his website. And now 50 million websites put their pixel on their website. So now Facebook knows, oh, you left Facebook. You went to Angel Investors Network. Then you went over to Somebody Lifestyle Brands. Then you went over to there. Then you went over to YouTube. And it tracks all this stuff. And it goes to this massive database. And they start to create these algorithms going, well, he's just like him. And he's just like her. And she's just like him. And they create these audiences. It's freaking mind-blowing. So all these sites are like spying tools that you can use to spy on your traffic. And when you find somebody who's successful, here's how you know they're successful. If you see an ad or an advertiser over and over and over and over again for any length of time, guess what? It's working. No one's going to keep spending money and throwing money down the tube if it's not working. So as I'm surfing the internet, I come across an ad, I get my little screenshot capture, I do a screenshot, I throw it in a folder, and I date it. I say who the advertiser is, and I date it. And then I see another one, I date it. And I throw it, and I literally have freaking, thousands of these things, it seems like. And I can go in there, I can say, oh, Judy Robinette was advertising for 7 months. And here's the ad she started with. Here's the ad she did in April. Here's the ad she did today. Here's the ad she did here. Here's the ad. I'm like, oh, shit, I'll go borrow that. Traffic hacking. Spying on your guys. Now, I just started to allude to this, but I got to truly try to emphasize this. Facebook really is the Holy Grail. Never in the history of mankind, and I don't mean this flippantly, never in the history is it so easy to get in front of your target prospect. In the old days, we had TV, we had radio, we had all of our different things, right, to get in front of people. Took time, took money, and you did that. But now, with Facebook, here's how it works. Let's say my avatar, my ideal client, hey, what up, Nick? Thrillionaires in the house. Okay, so let's say my ideal client is a small business owner. Okay? And let's say that my small business owner, I only want to deal with people that live in the United States. And I want my small business owner to be a CEO, president, or an owner, or a founder. And I want him to be male. And I want him to be married, because I find that dealing with married people a little bit more stable, and there's a little bit different situation. I want him to be married. And I know that my ideal customer is age 44 to 60, because the younger millennial kids think they can do it on their own. They don't have any money. And the guys that are 44 to 60 still run their business go, I recognize a good marketer when I see one, and they're willing to hire me, right? So that's my ideal, and I want a net worth of over $200,000. Okay? And I want an income over $75,000. Now, did you guys know that I can give all those parameters to Facebook, and I can put my ad in front of that person? Let me show you. So this is the Facebook Advertising Manager. I first log in. I go, hey, I want to advertise the United States. I want to advertise to males, and I want to advertise 44 to 60. And Facebook says, oh, we got 9.9 million people that fit those demographics. I go, that's a little too big, a little too broad. Okay? So then I go, now I want them to be married. Up, that dropped it to 4.3 million people. I go in here and I go, okay, I want them to have a job title, CEO, president, ownership, or founder. It dropped it down to 220,000 people. Then I go down here and go, I'm going to exclude people that make money from 30 to 40,000, 40 to 50, 50 to 75. They got to make $75,000 or more. It dropped it down to 98,000 people. I can have my ad running in less than 30 minutes. And I can have my ad in front of 98,000 highly targeted, my ideal avatar, running my ad to them. Never before in history could we do that. Never before in history could we do that. And if you don't know what your avatar is, there's strategies that we can execute, implement, and show you, where you can have Facebook teach you that and show you that stuff. Through traffic hacking and doing some light campaigns and different marketing strategies, I can tell you exactly who your customers are. It takes time, it takes money, but we can figure that stuff out. And then once you figure it out and you're spinning these little dials and you're optimizing, it's like, okay, turn that profit faucet on. We need more leads. Turn the profit faucet off. We got too many leads. It's cool stuff. Then they have this amazing, like I said, technology that creates these algorithms. And so you can take a customer list. You can say, okay, here's 1,000 people that bought from me in the last 2 years, or in the last month, or whatever. And you can upload them into Facebook, the email addresses. And Facebook will go, hey, let me go see if these people are Facebook members. And usually about 70 to 80% of your customers are, in some cases more. And you go, I want you to create a lookalike audience. And so it knows all these tendencies, because again, it tracks all this stuff like an insurance company actuary table, right? They have all this data that they're compiling, and you just go, here's my customers. I want you to create a lookalike audience. And then Facebook has this little machine, these little computers, and about an hour, 2 hours later, it crunches. It comes back. Oh, it says, hey, we found 1,937,000 people that are exactly the same demographics, psychographics, do the same tendencies as your customers. And then you start marketing those people. It's the gold mine. It's a gold mine, right? It's just amazing what you can do. And again, never before could we do this. And never before could we have this kind of results. So what you do is you combine this amazing ability to put our advertising in front of the right target, the right audience, that quickly, along with the landing page strategy, along with the lead magnet strategy, along with the tripwire strategy, along with the core offer strategy, along with the frequency stuff, and then the return path. And that's how you make a business that just throws cash out and really, really thrives for you, right? And then what you have to do is you have to figure out how to scale and monitor this stuff, right? And this is an actual screenshot. You guys can't really see it. It's kind of blurry for me up here. $68,684 advertising budget. Put in $1, got back $2. So actually it was $37,000 was the ad spend, generated $68,000 revenues. How many people would like to give Facebook $1 and get $2 back? Right? And that's what it's all about, right? So that's what it's all about, is figuring that out. And again, it's not about profit at this point. Don't mistake. It's about customer acquisition. Then it's about building that rapport, building that relationship, extending that brand, and really blowing it up, right? So you want to learn how to do that and scale and go. So I'm going to rush through some of this stuff. So this is what we call funnel marketing, right? Funnel marketing is what we do. If you guys need a funnel, we'd like to talk to you about building a funnel for you. I have a team that does this. We start off with sales pages. We have two-step sales pages. That might go to an order form. That order form goes to an upsell. That upsell goes to another upsell. That goes to a thank you page. And if they don't buy that upsell, it goes to a downsell, and then goes to the thank you page, right? So that's what we call a flash sale funnel, right? Where we're going to send an email out, flash sale, going out a bit, and you walk them through. Then we have the perpetual webinar funnel. So this is what we were doing for Allegiancy, getting investors to come into. We spent about $35,000 on ad budget, about $1,000 a day. But some days we weren't doing that much. We generated 600 people that went into a webinar funnel like this. Now those 600 people, they had over like 300,000 to 500,000 of indicated interest for their investment opportunity. Not bad, right? But here's the idea. You have a webinar registration page. They get email 1 that goes to pre-video 1. They get email 2 that goes to pre-video 2. They get a webinar confirmation page. Then those emails point back to the webinar itself. They actually show up to the webinar. They get email 1 to the offer, email 2 to the offer, email 3 to the offer, email 4 to the offer, email 5 to the offer. That goes to the order form. That goes to the upsell. And that goes to the thank you page. This is funnel marketing. This is automation. So once you build these tools and these technologies, automation, and you start buying traffic, it starts just ringing the cash register for you, right? So that's the perpetual webinar funnel. We have the football phone funnel. We have the velvet rope funnel. We have the paid webinar funnel. We have the trial upgrade funnel. We have the blog launch funnel. We have the live event funnel. So there's different funnels that we've templated that work for just about any and every business. And our funnels go from anywhere from $3,000 to $15,000, depending on how much energy and how much work goes into it. But I promise you, if you don't have a funnel, you need a funnel. And you probably need more than one funnel. And one of my friends, who's an internet marketer, he's got 400 automated webinar funnels. 400 automated webinar funnels. Because the webinar goes automatically. It's not like a live deal. It's recorded. He makes $1,000 a month per webinar funnel. $400,000 a month. It's taken him like 7 years to build them and build the products on the back end and all that kind of stuff. And he just keeps buying traffic and bringing people in that funnel. Right? So this really works good for membership sites and digital content and all kinds of different things. But it can really kind of be done for anything. So it really is pretty cool stuff. You guys like the funnel stuff and the marketing stuff? So I'll leave you with this. Innovate or die. Innovate or die. Right? Things are moving so fast. Paul's comment about the electric cars, there are some people that are saying by 2025, there will be no driven cars by human beings. We will just get our little phone out, request a car. It'll be here within 30 seconds. You'll program where you want to go, and it will take you where you want to go. You will not own a car. You will not have car payments, and you will not have insurance. Chrysler, I think it was Chrysler, just bought a big piece of Uber, and they're going down that road. Because Uber is not really the Uber of today. The Uber of today is not the Uber of tomorrow. Physical things are disappearing. Physical things are disappearing. Okay, on my phone. You guys have these too. I have a book reader, right? I don't have books anymore. Physical books are gone. I used to have a little calculator. Now I got a phone. I used to have a camera. Now I got a phone. I used to have an altimeter or a little variometer. I'm hiking. Now I got my phone. I got my clock. I got my camera. You got physical things are disappearing, right? It's just amazing. And you guys got to really foresee and think, spend time thinking about the future. Where do you play in this space of disappearing things, right? And we were talking at lunch about the apparel business. I heard on the radio that the apparel industry at the malls were down $400 million in the first quarter from year to year in 2016, from 2015. $400 million in a quarter. And there's a lot of people saying malls are going by the wayside. And it's hard to believe that, but you think about it, right? How about this? 3D printers are getting so sophisticated. They have a building, a 6-story building in China that was built one piece at a time with a 3D printer. 6-story building. Okay, so that's this section. We're right on time. I love it. And what we're going to do is we're going to break for 15 minutes. And then you're going to be blessed with a new business partner. And I want to make sure you guys are back in your seats. We'll do a quick little raffle, and we'll get Burnt up here to share with you what's going on.